Marcia says her granddaughter was only 3 weeks old when she suffered severe abuse. At the time, the child was in the care of Marcia's daughter, Hannah, along with the child's father. The baby had bruises all over her body, suffered several seizures and 6 brain bleeds, leaving the little girl blind. As of this taping, the child's father is in jail and has been charged. Hannah denies having any involvement in the injuries and says she had no idea that her daughter was being abused. But Marcia believes she's not telling the whole truth. Take a look.
I'm brokenhearted. That's my baby, and she didn't deserve this. She was my first granddaughter. I'd waited 19 years for another girl because my daughter was the only girl. She was a good baby. On that Saturday, my daughter actually sent me a video of my granddaughter, and she was sleeping in her crib, but she was twitching. And she asked me if that was normal. I told her no, she needed to call the doctor. She called the doctor, and they told her to take my granddaughter to the hospital. And I was working that day in the ER when they brought her in. She wasn't breathing on her own. She had bruises all over her body. They took her for a scan of her head, and she had 6 brain bleeds. And then she was flown to Children's Hospital, and there she was put in the NIC ICU. She was on a ventilator. They put her in a medically induced coma to try to stop her seizures, and the medicine didn't work. She was having seizures every 10 minutes. The only part of her brain that wasn't damaged was her brain stem. Her brain has turned to liquid. She was only 22 days old when all of this happened. When we first got into the room and saw her, the father looked at her, went, got his phone, and sat down on the couch. About 10 minutes later, the police came and arrested him. Supposedly, he admitted to the detectives that he had dropped my granddaughter 5 times. Also, that he forcefully put her down on the changing table and her head hit the wood. So I'm trying to get justice for her. There were 2 people in that house. One has been arrested for it, and the other would be my daughter. My daughter is here trying to clear her name, and I love her, and I hope that she's telling the truth, that she didn't have anything to do with it, but my gut just tells me something's not right. My granddaughter was taken to the hospital on Saturday, but we believe the injuries were 2 days prior. On Thursday, some of my family members went to my daughter's house, and they tried to wake the baby. They stood her up and bounced her and tried to tickle her, and she would open her eyes, and then she would just go back like she was unconscious. When people meet Hannah, she's all smiles and giggles, but nobody really knows the true Hannah except for our family.
They said she has shaken baby syndrome. That means supposedly he would have had to shake her so hard that her brain would go back and forth inside her skull.
Well, I know she's blind now, but like, will she be able to talk someday?
No.
Okay, so she won't be able to communicate?
No, she won't walk or talk. She can't eat. She has a tube.
So she'll be a vegetable for the rest of her life. So she got 22 decent days on this planet. Well, not even, because I got to imagine abuse started before the 22 days.
I never saw him get mad at her or frustrated or anything.
So, but you do believe he did this. Why do you think he did it?
He supposedly admitted that he drank after I went to sleep. How do you expect the person you've known for 5 years to do something to a baby? Like, even to cause a bruise on her face, much less the rest of it. How do you...
Now, your mother thinks you're covering up for him.
No.
See, I find it really hard to believe that this guy, in your own words, 5 years, perfect guy, you know, perfect since the child's born, and then boom, he snaps and shakes his baby so hard that he liquefies the brain. So after this happened, they arrested him, right?
Yes.
And why didn't they arrest you?
They put me in handcuffs and they held me and they took me to the police station. When I tell him that he ruined all of our lives and I talk about our daughter and the condition she's in, he says, I know, and I'm sorry. And he says, he was supposedly drunk. I don't...
And when he was drunk, did he cause the injuries?
Yes, he's told me.
He told you that?
He's told me that
What did he say he did?
He won't say that.
He won't say that?
Yeah.
Your mother does believe that you caused some of these injuries to your own mother.
Yeah.
Your own mother thinks that you're covering up for this guy. So you're telling me, and hey, maybe you're telling me the truth, right? Crazier things have happened on my show. You're telling me you had no idea abuse was going on. You had no idea he had a short temper, was shaking your baby, and that you never abused the child yourself. What happened if they said, we don't have any evidence against this guy, we're dropping charges, and he comes home tomorrow? Yeah,
Okay,
I'd like to give you a lie detector test on that.
How could you even act like you are together?
You think I don't know that?
You know something?
Are you around when I get home from those visits? Are you in the car with me when I leave? Because I'm so broken having to see him. You think it doesn't hurt me?
Hannah, you told me y'all were back together, that y'all shouldn't have even been apart.
That is not what I said.
Yes.
No,
you changed your story with every person that you talked to.
I haven't changed my story.
So here we have your granddaughter who's on this planet for 21 days before she is brutally abused. But that's not even the worst part. She'll never be able to talk, walk, eat, communicate. Never say, I love you, Grandma. That's all gone.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's all gone?
I think that Hannah got frustrated because she wasn't able to sleep, because that's all Hannah did. That's what she does. Even today, she'll work and she'll go home and go to sleep. That's all she wants to do.
Do you believe that your daughter actually caused physical harm to your granddaughter?
If she didn't do it, she knew
She
what
knew
happened.
it. If she didn't personally do it herself, you believe that she knew that it's not her husband, it's her,
Right.
the love of her life, or whatever she wants to refer to him as, that he did it, and that she knew about it. Where's the little girl now?
She's in a medical home in a foster. It's a medical home because she has to have somebody
Constant
with her
medical treatment.
24/7, yes.
But she's not in anybody's custody here on stage.
No, but she's signing over her rights.
She's signing over her rights for what? Signing over.
So the baby can be adopted.
You're doing that?
She has so many medical needs. I want her with me more than anything.
But anything but you're signing her away. We asked you, did you shake your daughter causing any of her injuries? You answered no. Did you ever strike your daughter causing any of the bruising on your daughter's body? You answered no. Did you ever witness anyone shaking or striking your daughter causing any of her injuries? You answered no. Prior to going to the hospital, did you notice any of the bruising on your daughter's body other than the bruising you noticed on her face? You answered no. Your lie detector test, the results came back all the same, and it came back that you told the truth. She's lucky she did that, because she might be the first person in the history of the show that I would have thrown off my stage for passing a lie detector test.